the whole, like, my initial thought was like, oh my God, I can't believe I have to do this. But then I was like, wait, this is a grand opportunity to be able to do this, because not that many years ago, if you count back, you know, people was fighting for me to be able to stand in line and go vote. Dying, getting hosed, dogs put on them, getting up to the actual booth to put in their vote, and they were denied for stupid reasons. So then it quickly turned into like a moment for me, and I was like, wow, like this is, you know, this is what, I mean, that's not even a taste. In some other places, people stand in line for hours to vote. So my little 2 hours still was nothing. I felt like I was complaining. You know, I felt bad for that initial complaint, and I was like, who the hell do you think you are? And it just gave me, you know, a real quick reality check. Amongst everything else that's going on, not been out of touch or untouched, but I'm not immediately impacted by any of it, I would say. In my normal daily regular routine, I mean, not to say that none of it, you know, touches me or impacts me, but just honestly on a regular basis, if I didn't have social media, if I didn't watch the news, I would be in my bubble,
exactly,
not knowing anything about what was going on. So, and it was just a constant reminder that, like, we're all connected, and there's a cause that's
bigger than us,
way bigger than me, that started way before me, that
it's in our hands now,
right, that I have everything to do with now.
It's crazy.
So I wanted to talk to Mahogany about her feelings, thoughts, and everything that's been going on right now.
It's so like it's so broad, and it's so much going on in the world, that when it pertains to Black Lives Matter, or when it pertains to the systematic oppression that we've been dealing with for the past 400 years, I feel like millennials have an advantage at this point in time. It is no way possible that our voices cannot be heard at this point in time. We have social media. We just had a World Wide Web, and we're more diversified as a country right now, because as you can see, opposed to like maybe 50 years ago, we have a lot of integrated families now. So those integrated families are feeling the pain of their Black, their family members, and they're taking a stand for it. So I think that's a really good thing, that people are seeing that basically we're more alike than apart. And I just want you to tap in, because I don't want to get too into one subject and then you want to elaborate on something else. So, like,
no, I completely understand. I get what you're saying. The times that we're living in, there are a lot more people who are willing and able to get involved than before.
Right, exactly.
Because of the generation that we're in, and like you said, there's a lot more mixed everything.
Right.
And the social media platforms across the board allow one person to send something out to the whole world.
Exactly.
Like, they're in other countries talking about Black Lives Matter. That's something, if I'm not mistaken, it started here.
Yeah.
And now, and you know, people think like, oh, it was just the George Floyd situation. Like, no, it's
How
not
could
that.
people think that it's a George Floyd situation exclusively, when we're getting our ass kicked every day, when we're getting killed every day?
People don't know about that.
When we just recovered from the Trayvon Martin, not even recovered. You know what I'm saying? It just,
and Ahmaud.
Ahmaud, like Brianna, like all these people. How do y'all think it's just about George Floyd? So I think they want to.
I feel like that video was just more clear for a certain group of people.
Gotcha.
It was clear for me from the beginning.
Right.
But certain people who aren't exposed to that on a regular basis, or didn't know about not any other case before, but may not have been as exposed to it, they're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like he literally sat on him. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
no matter your color, if you are a compassionate person and you realize that that is morally wrong for
If you
someone to
have a
do that
soul.
to another person, you're like, oh yeah, no,
Exactly.
it's graphic to you.
And to my understanding, because to be honest with you, I didn't watch it because I'm not.
I didn't watch it
I'm
either.
not numb yet. You know, there's a lot of people that's numb to death, and they romanticize death so much in America that we're used to it. We'll just see a video of somebody dying, and we'll be like, "Damn, that's messed up," and keep scrolling. You know, but to my knowledge,
It breaks my heart.
it took him 9 minutes to die.
That's
I
like
cannot
suffocating.
even fathom the thought of not breathing for 30 seconds, let alone 9 minutes. And so for the people that don't understand our frustration, or don't understand why we're looting, or don't understand why we're rioting, even our own skin color, which has been appalling to me, but not really, because of the lack of the self-love in the black community.
Yeah. I say, like, why not? Like, I mean, now,
Exactly.
don't get me wrong. I might not go out and participate in that part of the movement or everything that's going on or whatever
Right.
the case might be. But there's more to it than just that part of it. Like,
Right.
that it's a whole group of people, a demographic of people who are poor and disenfranchised because the way the system is set up.
Exactly.
So, of course, they're going out robbing. Like, I had to check myself because I'm like, I call myself Karen in this moment. Because I was mad Target was closed because I wanted to go buy my vegan meal replacement shakes, and I can't do that because Target is going to be closed for 2 weeks. Okay. But that has nothing, like, my personal issue has nothing to do with
The grand scheme.
the grand scheme of things. So I get it. Like, yeah, I go to work every day still.
Right.
There are people who are out of work, who've been out of work,
There are
and now there's not even a chance for them to go and, like, sell T-shirts
Yeah.
on the corner. You know what I mean? Like, there are all these things that are in addition to what was already happening, put in place to keep them where they are.
And what people
And that's not fair.
Right, and what people don't also talk about is black felons versus white felons. You know, sometimes there's a lot of innocent black people who are felons, and then they have their rights taken away from them, or they're judged or looked down on by society. Or even if you did commit a crime and you redeemed yourself, it's hard to, let me just put it like this, get back in the system of working and doing all sorts of things when you're deemed a criminal to society. So how is it so that you tell a black man once he gets out of jail or out of prison that he don't need to sell drugs or he gonna go back for life, but then you're not offering him the opportunity to have a corporate job? What do you expect him to do at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
It's a trap. It's all a trap.
it's a big
if you
trap.
ask me.
It's a big trap, and it's annoying because people don't see or act like they don't see the systematic oppression that's been going on.
Yeah.
But what I want to tell my sisters and brothers is that you don't have to sell drugs. You don't have to be a football player. You don't have to be a reality TV star in order to be successful. You can enlighten yourself and pick up skills and pick up trades. It's so many out here. Like when I say it's so many out here, you don't have to rely on the system.
One of the things that I realized, like touching on that, about opportunities or like focusing on something that any individual can do to make sure that they're doing something that's creating an income for them, their family, their children, whomever. I find that the more you hone in on like what you feel like your purpose is, or something that like it draws on something that you're passionate about and turn it into a purposeful movement within your life,
Exactly.
you'll be successful in it. So
Exactly.
if you are passionate about style for whoever in whatever arena, be purposeful about the steps that you take so that you can do that, create style in your life and other people's lives, and get paid for it.
Exactly.
It's hard,
It is. It is.
but it just takes focus and determination. If you're committed to anything, if you make sure that you wake up every day and take steps to remain committed, which takes discipline. And these are all internal qualities that you have to have as an individual.
Exactly.
That's why it's hard, because you got to work on yourself, and it doesn't allow you to rely on someone else creating a job so you can work for them.
Bingo.